Long ago, before the Israelites entered the Promised Land, God told Joshua to lead the people across the Jordan River. Their first challenge was the city of Jericho, strong and surrounded by high walls. To learn more about the city, Joshua sent 2 spies ahead. They quietly entered Jericho and looked for a place to hide. They found shelter in the house of a woman named Rahab. Rahab wasn't an Israelite. She lived in Jericho, and her house was part of the city wall. Even though she didn't worship the God of Israel at first, she had heard what he had done, how he dried up the Red Sea and gave Israel victory over their enemies. She believed that the God of Israel was the true God. When the king of Jericho heard that Israelite spies were in the city, he sent men to search Rahab's house. But Rahab made a brave choice. She hid the spies on her roof under stalks of flax and told the king's men, "Yes, the men came here, but they've already left. If you hurry, you might catch them." The soldiers left, and the spies were safe. Later that night, Rahab went to the spies. She said, "I know the Lord has given this land to your people. Everyone here is afraid because of what we've heard about your God." She asked them to show kindness to her and her family when the Israelites came to take the city. The spies agreed. They told Rahab to tie a scarlet rope in her window so they could identify her house. They promised that as long as her family stayed inside that house, they would be safe. Then she let them down the city wall by a rope so they could escape. When the Israelites returned with God's instructions, they marched around Jericho for 7 days. On the 7th day, after marching 7 times, the priests blew their trumpets, and the people shouted. Just as God had promised, the walls of Jericho fell down, except for one part. Rahab's house, built into the wall, was still standing. Rahab and her family were brought out safely. She later lived among the Israelites and became part of their people. In fact, Rahab is even mentioned in the family line of Jesus in the book of Matthew. This story shows us that faith isn't about where you're from. It's about what you believe and the choices you make. Rahab trusted God even when it meant putting herself at risk. She helped God's people, not because she had to, but because she believed in what God was doing. Rahab's story teaches us about courage, faith, and how God can use anyone who is willing to trust Him. No matter your past or your background, God sees your heart. Just like Rahab, we can choose to do what is right, even when it's risky or scary, and God will honor that trust. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.